Yo,
Yo,
what's up?
I saw your co-host was trying to round people up. I thought, gee, I wonder if you're still going to want me, because he probably does. Oh, he'll get over it.
Yeah, we'll have a good time. We'll have a good time. Hopefully, brother Eric joins us.
Who's going to join us?
Brother Eric.
You think he will?
I don't know. Maybe.
If you've asked him
For,
to, or
I always ask him to. He
well,
always goes to his car.
I was going to say 6:30 because that's one of his days off. Because I think he works evenings. Of course,
Yeah,
I suppose they could spare him for the burger smashing at least briefly.
we got a hey fellas from, I'm guessing, Ryan.
Yeah, that would be Ryan.
Oh, let me pin this thing to the top of the comments real quick.
Yeah. Oh, well, there's the Nanya at least commenting. So where is he? Where are you, Nanya?
Yeah. All right, it's pinned. Anybody can join. So what's going on? Like, what'd you do today?
What did I do today? Well, I probably shouldn't say this, but I went to the post office and we have gotten the shirts. We just have to figure out how to get them out. The post office is being a pain in the rear, but the shirts, and we want to have another shirt order. I did talk to the shirt people if they could handle another special order shirt thing and get them guaranteed to get them back to people before Winter Blast, and they said yes, as long as we get it to them by the uh, beginning of March or the last week of February, beginning of March, and so we'll probably have that in the next couple of days because there are some people that missed the last one. And actually, what we're going to be doing on the new one is having some other colors rather than just the traditional black. So we'll have a couple of people who do not like black shirts. We'll come up with something else there. But other than that, what I didn't do is I didn't do any tax returns, and I should because they're starting to build up since that's my only gainful employment. But I'll have to get to that.
You
So,
you do you are a tax dude? You're a tax man?
yes.
Nice.
Yeah, I've been doing it about well, I was with H&R Block for 12 years, and I've been doing it myself for about the last 10. I'm not out beating the bushes for clients. I do about 45 returns a year for former coworkers, friends, an occasional puller, uh, basically relatives, sort of thing, referrals. But yeah, I got into it. I worked in a factory before I went back to teaching, and we had a local independent union of which I was an officer, and they basically threw us out and like the trash, and they basically locked us out. And so, since it was a lockout, we were able to collect unemployment, and so we did. So I collected at that time. You collected 26 weeks, and then if you got then you ran out, and if you wanted to collect next year, you had to basically make at least 6 times your weekly benefit rate and get laid off again. Now this was in June that they threw us out. So I said, "Gee, what sort of job could I do that I will make at least 6 times my benefit rate and be guaranteed to be laid off by the beginning of June?" And I said, tax
Future.
because of course HR Block throws everybody out the door at April 16th. So sure enough, I managed to collect off the bastards the second year while I was going to school. So
Nice.
that's how I did the taxes by screwing my former employer out of an extra year of unemployment, but they deserved it.
What's up, Adam?
Hello, Captain.
What's up?
Hello, Dave. Hey, man.
Howdy.
Aren't
How
you
are
going
y'all
to Cleveland?
doing?
Are you going to Cleveland soon or something?
No, not me.
Oh, I thought
Somebody
you were.
is.
Yeah.
No. Captain, did you ever get your 100-pound pronator lift off the ground?
No.
I'm chasing you. I got 93, so
Yeah.
I'm chasing your heels.
Yeah. I tried to up my riser, and I'm still stuck at 75.
Yeah, you got me on that riser. That's a hard lift. But, do you ever try any of those lifts, Dave, just to entertain yourself? Just see where
I
you're kind
really
of
did
at?
not. I really did not. I'm sure if I did, my numbers would be embarrassing. But
Yeah, but it could be a gauge of where you are. So that's
oh
that's
yeah,
all
well,
it's
yeah,
for.
I really should. I mean, I get tons of table time, but in all honesty, I really don't do that much lifting that is directly, for wrists and hands, which I know I should. And Grondin, who is watching us here, will say, "Yeah, I told you, I told you. Yeah, you told me, you told me. Okay, fine, whatever." This goes to show I don't
Well,
always listen to Grondin.
yeah, you should do that 1 rep thing is just kind of a fun thing to see where you rank, and it's not really productive to do 1 rep maxes all the time, but just kind of gives you a baseline.
Yeah, it hurts.
That's all. Yeah, it does.
Mhm. I don't know. He can't be referring to me because I don't spell shell that way. But
Whoa. Are you talking about, Ryan?
Well, they always say give them shell, don't they? Give them shell.
Yeah.
Or
shell shocked. He put that up and spelled it right. But that's okay.
Yeah. So, you got anything coming up, Adam?
if everything hasn't fallen apart with Travis's tournament on the 24th, I'm going to try to make it to that, but I'm not sure if it's still going on or not.
Why? What have you heard about that?
Well, nothing. The last I heard, something had happened. Y'all have to bring me up to speed. Something happened to Artem's whole channel and his promotion, and
Right.
I didn't know if because of that they would cancel the tournament. I don't know.
I don't know why they would, but
Okay, well then, that's what I've got. Hopefully next on the agenda.
yeah, Travis usually cancels things after he has money in his pocket, not before.
Right.
Yeah.
What about you, Captain? Are you going anywhere, doing anything?
I was going to try to get to that New York event on, when is it? The 15th or something? 14th?
17th.
17th, yeah, but I don't know if I'm going to be able to get off work.
What is it?
Do you know the name of that one?
Yeah, it's Tri-State Tournament. It's the Tri-States presumably being New York, Connecticut, and New Jersey, because they're the three closest states, being run by a gent named Steve Fernandez, who is not a puller, but is very interested in the sport. Among other things, that will feature a super match, both arms, between Tim Lewis and Aidan LeMay. Aidan being from Massachusetts, Tim being from Pennsylvania, and I'm not sure who all else. But
A tournament as well.
I believe that Ivan Marrero, who is in the chat, is going to that one.
Yeah, that's why I wanted to go.
For the tournament.
To see Ivan. I wanted to pick his brain a little bit since he used to train with Cam a little bit.
Yeah, they had.
So are you still bulking, Captain, or are you keeping the weight around the high 200?
I'm trying to cut weight a little bit,
Cutting a little.
Just a little bit, doing some cardio.
Nice.
I haven't stepped on a scale in a while, so I don't know if it's working or not, but hitting the elliptical.
Hey, that might do it. That, and I guess cutting back the calories. But you ready to do that, don't you? Diet Coke and everything.
I guess I got to cut out the flaming hot Cheetos. Oh, the metal.
I don't know.
The metal is in the chat. Hey, man. Hop on, man.
The metal, who I learned from that reports, is a good arm wrestler and very strong. So that's,
yeah, the metal has a super match at Winter Blast, among others.
Who's he pulling?
Trying to.
If you don't,
Paulson.
Yeah, Paulson. Yes, I would have had a
Robbie Paulson from Team Kraken. So what do we got going on? Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Okay. No. I'm just trying to do the same thing you are. Keep it moving.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say, are we excited for King of the Table or no?
Refresh me on who's pulling there.
Dave and Vitali, which is, I don't know, kind of boring.
Yeah.
And
who else?
Matt Mask and Derek Smith is the one I'm most excited to see.
That I'll be interested to see. Yeah, because
Yeah.
I don't know where Derek Smith's at. That'll kind of tell where he's at.
Right. We got Auden in the Whisperer going at it.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Yeah, I can't remember who else.
Who in the Whisperer?
Auden Larrett.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, to be perfectly honest with you, I generally do not get excited about the overseas things where, a lot of people that I've never met. I mean, when we had went to the uh, Knuckles Up there, you had some of the folks from overseas as well, but there were an awful lot of people pulling there that, were either locals that I knew or had met before at, practices here or there or wherever. So I'm really much more interested in, that sort of thing than I am in, especially when you go with King of the Table and you end up with, a Russian pulling a Ukrainian. I can't pronounce either of their names. It's like, hey, I mean, they're very good.
I
Obviously.
agree with you 100%. But the Whisper Etienne, I think he might be somebody you run into probably one day, Dave. You'll probably meet him at some point.
I'm sure I will sometime. I haven't yet, but yeah.
He's kind of interesting to follow in his journey. And,
yeah, he hits a lot of the big ones, big tournaments. I'm thinking, normally I wouldn't go this far, but I'm thinking of going to Michigan State's this year only because it may be the last year that they're in that big, massive Kellogg Arena. I think they're losing their, lease in that, so to speak. And so I asked somebody, somebody had been there. I said, is it the sort of thing that, even though I normally wouldn't go that far and I'll undoubtedly get crushed. I mean, I'm not guerrilla material, but, just to see it once, to experience it once. And they said, yeah, probably. So since it's after tax season, I may be going to that. So he might be there.
Oh, I know what I can ask you, Captain. Have you been doing any finally getting any table time with a decent opponent or anything?
Not as much as I'd like. What's up, Paul?
Yo,
Hello, Paul.
what's up, guys?
Nice training in the car.
Oh.
Hell yeah, man. Figured I'd pop in, say a quick what's up to everybody. How's everybody doing today?
It's pretty good.
Yeah. So, Californian wearing a Florida shirt. What time is it are you in at the moment?
Got to represent, man. Normal people. Remind people that I'm normal out here. I'm not one of them.
Where are you at the moment? Out on the coast?
Yeah, I'm out in California. I'm in training camp, getting ready for March 23rd, Winter Blast, Nanya. Gonna be going out back to Bob Brown's next weekend. Gonna go get my last training camp in with him, and then I'm ready to roll, guys.
Nice.
What about you, Chris? What do you? How's your training going? You all ready for your big match and all?
Yeah. I just bought a new pulley, so I can get the down pressure because I had a high pulley. So now I got both of those going on.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are you feeling comfortable that you're gonna beat Cam that day?
Yeah. I think so.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
And how's table time practice going? You've been getting that in weekly?
I've been getting it in weekly, but yeah, I gotta make it to one of these bigger teams though.
Do you have anybody that you're training with that's like training like Cam does, like pulls like Cam?
Yeah, I got a guy who, well, I don't know, like, because Cam has been talking about hooking a lot lately. I don't know if that's a tactic or if he actually does hook a lot, but I got a guy.
I think he's a top roller, man, with that big hand.
Yeah, I know. I don't know why he's focused on the hooking thing.
Hey, he's probably trying to throw you off.
Yeah.
Hey, but we going Whole Foods or Target? Okay. Yeah. Cool. Where's Twiggy?
He said he's on an important phone call and he'll be on soon.
Oh, nice. That means he's probably driving to the nearest Wi-Fi station so you can get on here.
He'll be at Starbucks.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, I don't think they'd let him in Starbucks, bro. What are you thinking, man?
Hiring a hitman to kneecap you.
Hey, did you guys get the ref thing figured out? You and Nanya?
We're back and forth talking about it. If he comes on, we could talk about that topic. I don't want to do it without him, be honest.
Yeah, I got you. I just didn't know if that was still sort of looming over everybody.
Nah, I mean, everybody's pretty happy. I sent over the contract, and seems like there's no problems. Everything's going smooth and all. So I'm just waiting for him to finalize with the 2 referees, and then everything's good to go.
Right.
Now, Dave,
how's
are you pulling anybody?
Say what?
Dave, are you pulling anybody that day? You got a super match or anything?
No. I don't know if, depending on what I'm needed for, on helping run it. I didn't even compete last year. I did the 2 previous years, but since helping run it, I don't know if I will be or not. But no, on the other hand, I will be, on the after pool table till 5 a.m. So whatever. So I'll get a fair amount, but no, it's gotten to the point where if I'm working a tournament, I'm not going to pull. I used to, but you get up from the table absolutely cold. You're really not concentrating at all. Your mind's not in it, and it's ridiculous. But
sometimes it's better though, man. Sometimes not thinking, stressing out over your match, and just like you're running an event, so you don't have time to think it, and all of a sudden now you're like, oh shit, I go. So it does take away some stress and pressure. So I did do that once before in Indiana, and I didn't mind it. It was pretty cool. But if I was the guy throwing solely the event, I don't know if I'd be able to do that though.
Yeah.
Paulie, before you get off and go to the grocery store, I got a question for you.
What's up, bro?
So if I really want to, I'm up to 210 pounds and I haven't put that much size on my arms yet. I've got this lifetime goal. I'm still stuck a little plus 15, a little like 15 and a quarter. I want to get to 16. What is the hypertrophy secret, man? I've heard so much BS on all these channels. What do I need to be doing, man?
I mean, it's just training your arms the right way. So, you got to find what your weak spots are, what you're lacking now. So my guess is that you need to start doing a lot more hammer curls and reverse curls, and that'll start building up your arms in ways that you haven't yet, and you can grab a lot of size real quick with that.
How about reps? How many reps should I be doing?
I always change, man. So I would do like
when you were bodybuilding. Okay.
Yeah, I would do like 2-3 weeks at a time. So like 2-3 weeks of a rep range of like 10 to 15 reps. And then the next 2 to 3 weeks, I would go down to like 6 to 10 and go heavier. Then maybe the next 2 weeks, I'd go up high volume and do 20 reps, 20 to 30 reps. You're just.
I like that, man. I like that.
Constantly looking to shock your body. The other thing that I learned, bro, when I was a bodybuilder, it was against religion. Every day arms, like you thought you were going to lose your gains and not gain anything. But from arm wrestling world, it's fucking cocksucker. So from arm wrestling world, I've learned that you could train arms every day and get gains. Matt Craig kept telling me about it, like the first year, and I'm like, bro, you're stupid. You're not fucking gonna grow like that. And then I was looking at his arms. I'm like, oh shit, he's got bigger arms than me right now. So I started training them every day, and now my arms are bigger than Matt Craig's, and they really do grow quickly.
I believe even without steroids, I can get 16. I believe about anybody can get 16s, right? I mean, that's not an unrealistic goal. It's not going to be easy, but
where
I can do it.
What size are they now?
15 and a quarter, man. But it seems like I've peaked out, but I'm going to try what you said and vary it up.
So, I mean, do you do reverse curls right now?
No reverse.
Okay,
curls.
So right there, bro, you could put an inch on in a month just by throwing reverse curls in your routine. So I mean,
might give that a shot.
16 real quick, dude. Your arms are easy to grow, man. You just got to know how to train them. You need to train with me one day, bro. Just get any kind of lifting with me, and you'll see the intensity that I put in. And then after that, you'll be able to grow anytime you want, man. It's pretty easy. You just got to really put in the work.
I agree with you. It's genetics. I have what would be quote unquote skinny arm genetics, but that's all right. I'll get there.
Motherfucker. Well, being a pussy in the gym, motherfucker, it's looking at you.
All right.
Your nose in between sets. You got to go in there and be like what I'm telling you about. Usually when people go in there, they're like, oh, I'm so strong, blah, 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 blah. And then we go and do my warm-ups, which is that I always tell you about my pull-ups, my dips, and my push-ups. And I do 4 sets of that. I swear to Christ on this, bro. Nobody's even got through that with my warm-ups. Matt Craig was in there puking his guts up. I mean, it's intense. You got to really push yourself to grow.
Awesome, man. One day if the stars line up, we'll get together and do some lifting. That's awesome. Thank you, Paul.
Let's do it. All right, guys. I'm going into the food store. Thank you guys for having me on.
See you, man.
Later, guys.
Later.
What you need to do is
he told me what's what, didn't he?
what you need to do is drain the line on the power steering. When he was, doing all that steering there, so you want to build up the arms, turn off the power, screw up the power steering.
Oh, so Dave, you remember cars that didn't have power steering?
Oh, God. We had. Now, I wasn't old enough to drive, but we had a 1963 Ford Falcon that drove like a tank. It wasn't that big a car. It was fairly small. And then what was the other one? Ford Maverick, I think, was the other one that came out. Oh God, they steered like a truck too. They were horrible. Oh yeah, no power steering, no power brakes. Hell, I even predate cruise control, because I remember I went out to once again, not when I was driving, but I remember I was going out to my father's place. My parents were divorced, and he lived in Indiana, and we were going out. And he had this new Impala that had cruise control on it. It was like, absolutely the latest sort of thing. It had to be sometime in the early '60s, I guess. But yeah.
What you got?
I'll say, the car. I mean, cars are awfully damn expensive, and in some reason, which is why I never buy a new one. I refuse to spend more for a car than I spent for my house. Of course, I got my house cheap 40 years ago, but I'll tell you, it's just the one thing I will say, they're really much better, especially the body. It used to be, oh God, you had to be an expert in body putty, where you really don't see that much rust anymore, generally. Of course, a lot of it is also, now not metal anymore, but, a lot of it's plastic or plexiglass. I don't know. But,
bovine monkey butts. I love it.
What's up?
Anya.
Bovine monkey butts? Yeah, I guess it could be referred to the same. That works. Yeah.
Looking good, man. You cut the gray out. You look a lot younger.
It gets, it is like the beard on the side gets too fucking going out, and then it looks like I got a big fat face when I don't. So why the fuck would I do that unless I had a big fat face? Traditionally beards, beards are really, people will wear beards a lot of times, but if they're gonna make it like a lifestyle, a lifelong thing, they're hiding something. You know what I'm saying? Because this shit gets annoying.
Well, no, unless. Now, hold on a second. I got to disagree. Yes. If a man just lets it all grow, never F's with it, that's natural. Just doesn't ever trim it, do anything. That's
you got a point. I guess there are those types that just don't give a fuck, and that's the only reason. And I guess it works for them. See, me, honestly, dude, I couldn't be one of those guys because this is an itchy motherfucker. Like, those. No, mine is like a sweater from the 1970s, like a Christmas sweater. It's horrendous, but but what's going on, fellas? What's the new news?
You're the new news.
Dave Shaw is a tax man.
Oh,
we found that out.
Hey, never forget, Crunk ain't dead.
Crunk core.
Fucking 3XL too. Little John himself threw this out of his monster truck Impala on Thug Weekend. It's Memorial Day weekend, but. If you ever seen the HBO or Dave Chappelle talk about the pimp and hoe ball, and all the pimps and hoes and all the rappers and everybody alike that has monster truck Impalas and big chains and shit, they all converge on South Beach for Memorial Day weekend for Thug Weekend. So Internal Intelligence Security got the contract down there. I was working the DoubleTree, so my job was just to like make sure people didn't park for more than 15 minutes. And the main thing, and dude, I made so much more money off of tips from all these rappers, drug dealers, and pimps, because they would be like, "Oh man, can I get another 5 or 10 minutes?" And at first I was saying no, and then this dude's like, "Yo, does $100 buy me a minute per minute?" Dude, I was getting hundreds at first, and then thousands just so people could fucking park extra in the DoubleTree parking lot. So it's pretty dope.
Nice.
Nanya, you're wearing a 3XL right now?
Little John himself threw this out of the monster truck Impala, and I caught it. So
Did you
so
say
fucking
3XL?
crispy and white as fuck. Yeah, 3XL.
Did you say
baby.
3? So how much? What are you weighing? 220 now? If you're wearing a
No,
3XL,
no. Do you think Little John, when he was passing on the roadway, asked me what size I want, or even gave a fuck? He reached in and grabbed whatever and threw it.
okay.
And this is early 2000s when everything was b-ball like extra baggy. So I'm sure they only had 2X and up. Anyway.
Yeah, shirts have changed a lot. Everything's changed in clothes, man.
Mm-hmm.
There's your other rival in
Here's
size.
the,
What do you?
No, to be a rival, you have to present any kind of competition whatsoever.
I said in size. He's the other 6'1", 220-pound guy on the podcast.
Oh,
If you really are,
I'm like under 200 pounds right now. I'm like 198, bro.
you look bigger. That's weird.
Well, I'm
What's
not.
up? Your mustache
What
is
are you
growing
weighing?
back, Eric.
What are you weighing now, Eric? What are you, 210, 220? Somewhere in there.
I'm floating around just a few pounds over 200. I'm a 220 class guy.
We can't hear you, man.
breaking up.
You're
Internet.
staticky.
Staticky?
Yeah.
It's like you got tremolo.
Crackly. Yeah, crackly.
Damn, I'm using Jawn too.
Try to reconnect. Just try to reconnect.
Pounds over 200, or you're in the
Yeah, I don't know, pretentious. I don't know if you talked or if you know who I'm talking about with Gary from Beast Mode, the barber from North Jersey. He showed up with that beard. Honest to God, was down to about. It was just a lot longer than I saw him when I saw him last time. And I said, pal, you could qualify to be a bishop of the Ukrainian Orthodox Church with that beard. But he laughed. It was just, huge.
Yeah, it was.
Lengthy. But let's see. Try again.
Hey, Eric. Yeah, are you going through your car stereo or something? I think it might be what it is. I think it's messing you up.
Hang on. See if I can turn
What about now?
Oh, it's not good.
Face Master Wolverine. What up, the metal?
Not good.
We can
All right,
hear
let me
your
reconnect.
pictures. No,
You sound good. You sound good. Oh, he sounded all right.
Hanging, man.
Yeah.
What?
Rival? I don't think so.
He saw us
While you
going.
were on there, Metal said something about a kind of curl that I've never heard of.
Oh,
Let's see, where was it?
reverse.
No.
Reverse curls like this.
Zotman's where when you come up, you
just reverse curls,
right? But isn't he was talking about what Zotman? Isn't that the one where you actually are turning your wrist as you're coming up?
Okay, I don't have to worry about it then. I'll just do reverse curls.
Does this work with the description better now? Go with that. There we go.
Yeah, there you go.
Hey.
Yeah, there goes that 7% black in you.
That's fucking racist, pal.
Eric, what did you say?
Lowe's Luchador channel will not tolerate such behavior.
Eric,
Dude,
what did you say about
you were so
your
full
weight?
of shit claiming that, man. You can sell that shit to someone else. I ain't buying it, bro.
Listen, Harlan, got my eyes on you, boy.
What was your weight?
Yeah, that
Harlan?
sounds so gay.
220 class.
Well,
you said
you would know.
Yeah, 220. It's just basically I've let myself go. I ain't cutting back on the drinking. But
Hey,
if I did, I could easily make 198.
Hey, Eric, I got
your
a
actual weight?
My actual weight is probably 204, 205, maybe 206.
Hey, Eric, I just realized something. Well, I kind of realized it before, but you just cemented it for me. Like, I'm a very aware person, like too fucking aware, where it'll drive my anxiety up like crazy if I don't control it. But the thing about it is I remember crazy little details of even insignificant people or whatever around me. I'll just remember this shit and like put it in my filing cabinets. But, before you came out of the closet, so to speak, or were, broken out, you never even joked about gay shit. And as soon as you came out, you started calling everyone else gay. So just from like a psychological standpoint, that's very interesting. Very interesting. Try to add that to the.
No, I need the psychologist. Yeah, that's
Professional words from Dr. Dingbat over here.
And you are so ironic with like the things you choose to say, to call other people gay and to call me a dingbat when you are a dingbat and a homosexual. Like for real.
dingbat.
So
That's a
Eric,
word I haven't heard in.
Eric,
I haven't heard
congratulations,
dingbat in like
pal.
20
You're
years.
fucking killing it with your YouTube channel and your stupid little skits. And yo, you know what I really enjoy? The 15, 20-minute WWE matches. Like, dude, you're amazing, man. Holy shit. A grown-ass man. You're fucking living the dream, pal.
Let's take it back before WWE and all that. To the early days. Who was your favorite of the early wrestlers before all the
In the
WWE?
golden era, I'd have to say, man, it's a tie between Jake the Snake and the Ultimate Warrior.
Or of course, this
For
motherfucker
me,
Jake the Snake on some shit like that, boy. Yo, you see, hey, I bet you Jelly, right? That's a real knife, right, Harlan?
hey, Nanya, who did you
Well,
like? I know you had one you liked.
That's a real knife when you got Rambo's knife, which is like a foot long. Yeah, right.
Buddy. All right, dude, dingbat. Okay, so Eric wants to exemplify on him being a dingbat. Okay, a fixed blade is the real knife. Hold up. I
hadn't heard that word dingbat.
I think we need to define what is a real knife.
I want to make Harlan look like a fucking idiot. This is a knife. This is a fucking knife. Oh,
yeah, there you go. Some Rambo shit. There you go.
Survival. But guess what, buddy?
But you know one thing about it is,
shut the fuck up.
That big knife, right? It doesn't have a can opener.
This
Rambo's had a can opener on it.
Was specifically made for people to put in their waistband where you forget about it, and it's a concealed carry. I don't cut anything with this motherfucker.
That's a throat cutter.
Well, actually, it was designed for ATF agents and shit. I wear this with basketball shorts, and I'll forget it's in my waistband. But it's designed to rip through like denim and leather and shit. So like people get knives for protection, and they get knives that are designed to stab, pretty much, or won't be able to cut through heavy jackets. So, and you're not going to be stabbing someone. You want to be slicing, right? So you want something like that is perfect. So
it's a throat cut. You sneak up behind somebody, cut their throat with it.
Spider Coast Civilian. Everybody, if you got a fucking sidearm you carry, this would be the perfect blade, the backup blade for your sidearm. So.
You realize that "shut the fuck up" is my line, but you can use it.
It's a good one. And Harlan, you're gonna come on our show. Listen, motherfucker, this is half my show. So for you to be on the show, you do not interrupt me when I'm on my soapbox.
Did I do it right?
I am on a rant. You wait your turn humbly, like the little bitch you are, in your fucking cell block until I tell you to come out, motherfucker.
Oh, you know who you look now? Okay, you look like the old. Which wrestler does he look like when he was doing that? It's what's his name? Randy Savage.
Yeah.
Ooh,
yeah.
I'm going to be unpopular for saying this.
He's actually Macho Man. You asked that question before. So that was my favorite wrestler, like way back when, before anything. And I'll tell you how. I had my options of Hulk Hogan or Macho Man. And I knew right from the get, I didn't like that bald-headed fucking big bastard. Well, first of all, I didn't identify with him at all. And as a kid, I identified with Macho Man. I was like, this guy is like a fucking weird adult over here. Macho Man is so fucking cool. And that's all I knew as a kid.
I'm going to be unpopular.
Nanya thinks he's the cream of the crop.
I am the cream of the crop, buddy. And I'll keep raising the top.
All right, so we got
we'll see you in March, sweetheart.
Yeah.
I like to
listen,
make
boy.
sure after your ass loses, you give me a shout out.
Hey, gay boy, save the sweethearts and your other little fucking vernacular for who you live with and who you associate in your spare time. Not me, buddy.
I liked Andre the Giant. I know that's weird. Who did you like, Captain?
I'm not a big wrestling guy.
Oh, okay.
Get the
Yo,
fuck out of here,
it's
bro.
fucking ironic as fuck with the mask.
Get the
And I
fuck
realized
out
that.
of here,
I
Captain.
asked
No
him.
way.
I asked him. I was like, "Yo," I was like, I saw the mask, so I asked him some questions, and I was like, "No." I said a joke. I was like, "It's a Frankensteiner," you know, like 'cause Scott Steiner always like he'll fight people if they try to call it a fucking Hurricanrana, and I'm like, "It's a fucking Frankensteiner." And once he didn't get that joke, I was like, "Oh wait a minute, you're a fucking mark. You're not a smart." And then I found out he's not even a mark either. He's not a pro wrestling fan at all. He was emo though. It makes sense. Like he was emo and goth, I think, growing up at that stage, and it was like wrestling was not like cool.
Like
Well,
before I got on here, this is lame as fuck. Now we got Dingbat just yep.
Oh, you got on right when I got on, dude. I got on a minute before you. You fucking retard.
No shit, Sherlock.
You need to bring more to the table and say some quality things. Like
No, I am. I'm gonna be working up my resume here real soon, sweetheart. Then you're gonna be knocking on my door for a money match.
You are insufferable. You know, you're really annoying. Like I like Wood way better than you, but Wood is more of a threat and a possible enemy.
Whoa. So, wasn't that last week you said the reverse?
No, I never said like
the reverse last week.
I said who?
No, after I got off.
No, I said because you were a harmless motherfucker. You're not a threat. You're just a village idiot.
It was last Tuesday's episode. When I got off, you said the fucking reverse, man.
I would still push you out of a window.
You were so
flaky. Get away with it, or off a high surface and say you slipped. I would still do that right now. So, yo, I don't know what the fuck you're thinking, dude. I said, as far as threats go, Wood is capable. Wood is intelligent. You're a fucking village idiot. So that's why I said you're okay. You're okay for us to laugh at. That's the only reason you're here, you fucking idiot. And people still only deal with you is because you're funny. You're like a different version of Damon.
Well, Damon threw the flop wrist press on Tim Lewis.
All that may be true, Nanya, but I'm actually training with two pro arm wrestlers.
I don't give a fuck.
Who are you training with?
I seen you
Who
training.
Are you training with, bro?
Bro, I'm
training with the number 10 right-hander in the 172-pound class, and I'm training with fucking Justin goddamn Bama Bull Bishop.
You look weak and lost on the table like a fucking idiot. You look like saying when I see you practicing.
What are you talking about?
A homosexual man that just is using arm wrestling as an excuse to fucking be weird and hold hands with men.
Hold up.
Oh yeah, let me tell you.
So I've met Josh.
I can't wait to hold hands with Captain. Oh my God, he'll probably melt right in front of me.
He'll fucking snap your shit. He'll fucking snap your weak ass fucking.
Yeah, okay.
If I can get a word in here, I've met Josh, Justin's older brother. How big is Justin? Is he a 200-pound guy, 176, or was?
No, Justin, because he's been on a hiatus. He hasn't trained at all since like June, right? So I actually contacted him, and I don't know why. He just wanted to come out of it. We had to practice, but he's small. Like, I mean, he's really small. He's shorter than me because he's 6 foot. You know, I'm 6'1".
I know, but. What is he?
But like size-wise, he looked so small. So did Dalton Duncan, but Duncan actually, if I remember correctly, he's slightly taller than me, but he's real stringy, you know.
So, all right, if I had to guess,
they're both strong as fuck, though.
Bishop's probably a 176er now. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
If you had to guess at it, all right.
Yeah. If not, damn near close to a 154, but that might be pushing it.
I can't believe
he feel strong?
He was never that.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. He's actually trying to train, or at least it seemed like at this practice, and even some of the tips he was telling his protege, or whatever you want to call him, Dalton Duncan, you know, training more on the inside instead of being one-dimensional on the outside.
Now, be honest, Eric. Did you have anything for him? Could you slow him down at all, even in practice?
Oh, hell no. It's practice. See, and I like the way Justin and them practice.
I know, man.
Because they don't do that, you know, where they're just flashing you or whatever. Because you don't get nothing out of that in a practice. He actually works, you know, and lets you work and everything, you know. And so it was very good. It was real awesome.
All right. Thanks, man.
Nice.
I didn't want to interrupt the debate there, but I had to get that in.
No, good. Interrupt all you want. I don't want to have to yell over a fucking idiot. I really don't. But with him, he gives me no other option because everything he says is just fucking retarded. So,
You know, I have to say one nice thing about Damon Ransom. He lost, but I'll tell you, very few people would walk 13 miles from the bus station to the venue to, go 0-2 and 0-3 in a super match, because he lost his phone.
He's used to
13 miles.
He's used to it.
First, he took an overnight bus from DC to Toledo. Then somewhere along the way,
I'm out of here, guys. I'll see y'all later.
Okay, he loses his phone, so he can't call Uber. He can't call anybody else. So he basically got slept in the bus station for a while, walked 13 miles to the venue, and basically got crushed.
It's the American and the privileged concepts that people wouldn't understand how someone would do that. Where in other third world countries, it's normal to wake up in the morning, walk somewhere, and carry water on your fucking head.
Oh yeah, no, absolutely. But in this country, how many pullers do you know that would do that?
Well, no one
in
else.
This day and age,
no one else is Damon, though. That's what I'm saying. Damon lives the struggle, and he refuses to take any advice from anybody to like change that whatsoever. So as other people say, anyone else I would feel bad for, like, that sucks. But he really does bring it upon himself because he's completely delusional and doesn't take advice from nobody. So, what are you gonna do?
he lives the struggle. I like that. So he's living in the.
He's like, you want to logic? You want to tell common sense? All right, bro. Like, for real, watch me be Damon. I will give him credit on that, man. He's determined to do this thing his way or the highway. This thing called life. So
I sent him a link, but he has not looked at it.
He will never come on a show, dude, especially not after what just happened. He's too shy and timid for that. Like people that can, and people are like, oh, well, they show up in person. It's like, that's different. It's like, people that have like stage fright or like people that act weird when someone's got a camera out and they act, they don't know what to do with their hands. It's like kind of like different versions of people that never danced before in front of people. It's like, they're like, oh, what am I supposed to do? Like when I first started, I could move my legs and my hips really good. And then my arms, I would always feel weird or like, what the fuck am I supposed to do with these fucking things? Because like I'm not a like move my arms around in the air kind of dancer, but it's weird when you just got them by your side swinging around. But then you find a happy medium that's kind of comfortable. But most people, it's the other way around. Their feet and their hands work and they can't move their fucking hips. So I'll take the hips.
One thing you're not camera shy. You never got that problem in your life.
It's the Truman Show. You bring me back to my topic for the night, the Truman Show. Yes. So the simulation, if you will. Now, a lot of people, when you say that word, the simulation has like a flat earth effect.
Well, they think Matrix or something.
Yeah. Where I tell people, I'm like, well, wait a minute. The dome, the firmament, it's only in scripture. So hold up with the flat word. It's a no word. It sends people off the fucking edge.
Right.
Anyway, so where was I? What was I just comparing that to? Bring me back.
You're too young for your train of thought off the rails.
Yeah. So, dude, the Truman Show, if anything, I take there's more truth in the Truman Show, what's going on, than the Matrix. Now, the simulation, people think like on the Matrix note, this and that, and it's like, no. Simulated. Look at old history. Look at like where everything shows that we had technology before. There's pyramids everywhere. That how did these rocks get moved? It's like right in front of your fucking face, just like everything is. But people put their blinders on and they're like, oh, those are conspiracies. I don't want to be labeled in that group. So it's like that's how you get the stronghold on people. And they do these airframe shock testings throughout the years. The most recent one is COVID, just to test and see, like, oh, back in the day, if you would have came and presented cell phones or anything, people were like ready to go to war. They were like, wiretaps in my kitchen? Hell fucking no. Alexa, all this shit they put in Star Trek because my grandfather watched Star Trek and was like, this shit's fucking cool. So when they come out with the technology, he's going to buy it and think it's fucking cool.
Well, yeah, you have to, if you just it's always that way, Non. You have to have an idea of conceive of something before it can.
Yeah, no, that's just a sidetrack example. That doesn't even matter. But the point, the moral of my story here is the simulation has been simulated many a times. and it changes. And it all starts from raw materials, right? Like all the technology, these fucking phones we got, these are supposedly all raw materials that us dumb monkeys figured out to, we make it into this. And get the fuck out of here. No, the gods, the aliens, the ones that created this simulation and then hybrided with certain families and said, you guys are always going to be running shit. Make sure these fucking stay fucking corralled and in line. Yo, what's good?
Yo, ain't nothing going on over here in the aliens.
Bobby Buttermilk. What up?
What's up, Bobby Buttermilk?
None of your cheap bovine monkey rub. Hey, Captain, how you doing?
Hey.
How you doing? How you doing?
How's everybody doing?
It's my cousin from Wisconsin.
You know, I'm just trying to work over here.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you know?
Yeah.
But
what you working on?
The weather prevents me from working. And I'm like, I got no problem trudging through the snow. But, you know, these older fellers, they're like, nah, they're old. They don't want to do it. So, you know, a man's got to get back to his fucking grizzy, you know? That's why, like, you know, I got to be wearing the right shit, be back in the fucking corner, you know? You know, a man's got to do what he's got to do, essentially.
And if a man wants to eat a glizzy, he's got to eat a glizzy.
Fuck a glizzy, bro. I just saw that thing on fucking TikTok. I already knew they were bad. But seeing all them fucking dancing ass bacteria in there with all the fucking hairs, bro, I stopped eating dogs years ago. Burgers are good. I'm almost off the bread, bro. The fries, the grease, it's all bullshit. Get on butter, get on fucking bacon and steak and ground beef and rice and cut out the bullshit. Some vegetables and you're good.
Where are you trudging through snow? You still got snow in the Poconos?
No, we did, but now it's like wet and it's cold. The dude's an old man. He's like 75 that owns the.
Because this one's pushing 50 down here a couple of days.
Yeah,
we're not that far from you.
Well, it's
a whole different climate. Only a few miles can make up there.
Yeah, I was told when I signed on with them that you know, January and February we're going to be pretty much down. So.
Mm-hmm. I've never
Bobby,
pulled
have you been keeping up your arm wrestling at all, or are you kind of retired now?
Huh?
Really from Wisconsin, or did he make that up? I've never pulled in Wisconsin.
Bobby.
Sorry, I got lost.
Yeah, he said he was from Wisconsin.
I've been there, partied there, never pulled there, unless it was myself. That's about it.
But you're not still arm wrestling, Bobby.
No, I'm just south. I'm actually from just south of there, a little Freeport, Illinois.
Oh, okay. Well, the only polling I ever did in Illinois was the IFA Nationals were in Joliet last year.
Old Joliet, the toilet of Illinois.
Yeah. Yep, the casino in Joliet last year.
Joliet, Illinois. Illinois. Why do you leave the S off the end of it?
Because it's fancy French stuff.
I got you.
Yeah. How was your day, Bobby Buttermilk?
Oh, my day was beautiful, full of serving great lunches for all the children.
Nice, yeah. Bobby Buttermilk is a lunch lady.
Head lunch lady in command.
Well, I find it remarkable that they let someone that's she looks like Bobby close to the children, but he's a nice guy. But really,
I passed a background check. Greased a few palms.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yeah, I had to pass that myself for the teaching college because we had the under 18 high school kids. But so I passed it too.
Buttermilk, how did you? All right, so when you showed up, when I first met you guys at Travis Bajan's tournament, how in the world did you have the courage to stand up there and had Captain arm wrestled with you a little bit? Was that your first time ever even getting up on a table?
No, we had played around in the house, done a little wrestling. It wasn't my first, but it was first time pulling anybody else besides us.
Okay. So when Travis gave that warning about everybody breaking their arms, and it didn't scare you at all or anything?
No, we watched a few guys break their arms in some videos, and I was like, it's possible. But I also knew that, there's the little bit of bitch in me that would give up before I broke my arm.
Broderson, but just to say how the simulation has affected people in such crazy ways, the same people that would think that would jump on a motorcycle all the time and be like,
Right. Okay.
Yeah,
so that's
they'll
fair
get behind a
enough.
wheel drunk and they'll be like, I'm good. They'll also walk down a main road with their back to traffic because that's
life is there's a lot of dangerous stuff out there. True.
Yeah, so
So wait, none of you trying to say that I'd walk down traffic with my back to it? Is that what you're saying?
I'm saying
I
apparently
probably would, but that's a big assumption.
that's what they say you're supposed to do, because if you're riding a bike, you can get a ticket if you're going the opposite way. But it's just always crazy to me how if they got no bicycle lane, even like why the fuck would you be walking with your back towards traffic? You're just trusting everybody. And
I see doing that. I wonder what the hell they're doing, but whatever.
I blame that more on.
You're saying there's some kind of unsavory type people. No, I'm saying like I've been in like city type areas where all different walks of life are happening to be walking down roads to certain areas, and I just people watch. It's kind of like when you see a lady in a fucking Lexus or a Benz and she's got a mask on by herself in the car, and then it hits you. Whoa, it's definitely simulated, because that bitch somehow, whether she sucked a dick for it and got a divorce, she acquired some kind of status that takes money, and you would look at that as success, but she's literally in her Lexus with a mask on by herself in the car. That's what scares me. When you talk about the zombie apocalypse, we're already there. High functioning worker bee zombies. That's where the fucking system wants you. They want you. They want you like a good monkey. Push all the buttons. You don't ask questions. You don't step out of line. You wear your fucking mask in your fucking Lexus and get the fucking back to work.
Well, how come they haven't caught you yet? Because you stepped out of. You're like stepping out of all kinds of lines.
Hey, Wood was trying to tell us that anything under, he was making similar arguments to what you were just doing there, as for the worker bees and the drones. But I said, no.
Well, wait a minute.
IQ, hey, I'll tell you right now, IQ has nothing to do with shit you learn, shit you can capable of learning. I mean, it's if anything, it's a distraction from.
Except he was really bizarre. I would say he was going off the deep end and contending, among other things, that you learn, you don't have to hear things to know them. You get, like, for example, American history. If you're an American, you will know American history, even if nobody ever talks about it, just by your DNA.
Well, the version, you will know the version of American history that they want you to fucking know.
Oh, no, but I'm saying, no. But what I'm saying is he is contending that you don't have to be told anything.
No.
Just
He's talking about some kind of clairvoyance.
Ancestral recall or some kind of ancestral.
Well, that's it. So I said,
memory.
So you're telling me that if you had never heard of the Civil War, you would know that the North beat the South because it's in your DNA. Yes.
No.
Well, Dave, you're talking about a guy.
A lot of people in the South still think they won.
You talking, bro? The British, they fucking did. They let them think they fucking won. Yeah, bro. I'm definitely DC, District of Columbia. Get the fuck out of here. Disney's owned by the fucking Royals, and I could go way down with how it would be way more advantageous not to send your whole crew and make your fucking kingdom weak and be like, listen, we can just let them think they won, and we'll feed the people in there like we've done before, like our
British. Yeah. Do you think the British really gave up that easily?
Broderson, when I say, I'll make it clear right here. When I say the British, the Blue Bloods, and I say the Jews, they are one in the fucking same. They are Jesuits. They come from Jesuits, and then they went to the Knights Templar and all these different fucking things. And then the Freemasons, when they hopped on the Mason's dick and everything else, they've been around. They are the people that collected the information about the eclipses and knew when they were going to happen. And they were the ones that no one else cataloged information and kept it through families and kept their generation strong. And it almost makes you think like again, they were chosen way back when to kind of like, be the figureheads, but I digress.
You certainly do.
Yes.
So don't walk with your back towards traffic.
There you go, Bobby.
You're a part of it.
No,
You're
would.
going to be a Jesuit. Only Jesuits.
That was my point.
Don't be a Jesuit walking in
I got
traffic
completely distracted on my
around Nunya.
sidebar rant. But my
That's
point
why they
I
call
wanted
it
to make,
jaywalking.
just so you know, hey, just so you know, I'm fucking clear. It comes back to me. The point is, Wood said for 2 years I've been harassing him and preventing him from building side pressure machines. When for 2 years I was the only person advocating him when everyone else was like he's a psycho and they didn't want him in chat. I would add him in chat and I would get kicked out. I was literally aligning myself in like part of me is it's the devil's advocate in me. Like if I see anything in somebody and then everyone else is like, fuck this guy, I'll pay more attention. I'll be like, why is everybody fucking not like this guy? You know what I mean? And genuinely, like that's my nature, my spirit, who I am. But when I notice that somebody is off the rocker, not crazy and insane, like then they can't be held accountable. They can't be trusted. And it doesn't matter the glimmers of hope and good shit they got, that they tarnish that because they're unpredictable in their fucking movements. And you don't need to know everything, but you need to have awareness and you know, to learn, you must unlearn. And I'm an advocate of I don't have an ego and I don't think I fucking know anything. I think I have strong hunches with things, but that's what keeps me sane and good. When there's a lot of other people that, I believe this 100%. I'm just gonna fucking run with it. Fucking laugh.
You're being very.
You're on the right path. You're on the right path, Nunya.
You're being very Socratic tonight. You know, Socrates said, "The more he learned, the more he knew he didn't know anything."
Right. Well, there's a basic truth in that. It's all assumptions, and if you can stay in that place, and you're doing well.
Because all information is coming from where at the end of the day. So it's like, you know, like they say math is the only thing that doesn't lie. And I think that's definitely true because I'll add this one to you. Anybody know about gematria? And if you don't know about gematria and the gematria calculator, the Hebrew, the simple, and the English gematria calculator, just type in gematria calculator in Google and all the numbers are attached to the languages. Each letter is attached to a number, right? So when you hear these conspiracy people saying Kobe Bryant died on this day at this time, and it sounds crazy, but whatever the simulation is built on, it's built off of fucking numbers, and everything goes off that. And they definitely make a point. Think about spending millions on random movies that suck. They don't even care about. They focus all this energy and all this fucking stupid shit. Yo, the one thing that does work, it's not crazy that they're gonna set it up and have the number there because it's communication to the people. If you know, you know. It's communicated and hidden in the numbers. Gematria calculator. Check it out, fellas and gals.
Looks like the metal got off the treadmill. Although why anybody would want to get on a treadmill is beyond me. He's off the treadmill and driving home.
At least someone's got energy to match.
You look like Wayne Static.
Wayne Static. I got about 15 minutes, guys.
That voice is gold, man.
Bro, it's very ominous with the background. With the
you got to do something with that voice.
I love it.
I mean, I've heard things going around that people want to get me on voice acting gigs and stuff, and I'm open to it. I haven't heard anyone reach out to me yet, so someone already did, but I never heard back from them. So,
Meadow, I got a genuine question for you since you brought up the voice, because it is a unique voice. So, is this like a voice that you had even as a child, and it like evolved obviously when you went through puberty? Or you know how like a lot of people like say a Paul Italia, or some people they like when they're around other people they'll talk more New York or more Guinea. So it's
did you craft your voice, or is it just all natural?
They're a fucking poser, like
it's all natural. It's all natural. The metal that you see on the videos on the arm wrestling table, whatever, is actually the real metal. You can come to my house on any day of the week and you'll see the same metal.
Okay, because it never makes sense to me. Like when you come across like there's gay dudes that talk normal, like, and there's gay dudes that are like, and you can tell they're trying their hardest to talk feminine, etc.
Well, his voice is a strange combination of a really deep bass voice, but with this very strong regional accent. I can't place the accent. Is it like a Midwest accent or?
So actually, I grew up in Georgia, so I have a very slight Southern accent.
That's not what I'm
I
hearing.
don't have much
though. It's
infection,
weird.
but it's very slight.
Huh.
Yo, you could definitely host a radio show. I gave props to Broderson on that. You and Broderson got good podcasting radio. Well, podcasting is
He
radio.
does. Yeah, he does. I want at some point, maybe this year, if my schedule clears up a little bit, I want to start to get a YouTube channel going. I think about getting a Facebook thing going soon because people have been asking for it, and it seems like fun. So I want to get something going.
Yeah, do the Facebook
Awesome.
first. It's easiest.
Okay, that's what I'm gonna. I don't have time for YouTube right now, so
Right, that'll build his following first. So when he does go to YouTube, he'll have a following ready to go. That's
there
smart.
you go.
It's actually a good mixture since he said Georgia. So it's slowed down just enough, but not too much. Where it's like he's good for announcing and shit to say the words. Like someone like me, I'll get too excited. I'll get too excited probably in the most. Like you want to be kind of monotone, but right there.
Yeah, you're capable of throwing out a whole lot of words in a little bit of time.
Dave's
That's for
back.
sure.
Oh yeah.
I'll forget him. I gotta get him out there before I forget him.
If your stream starts going silent and you see Nunya hop on, you just got saved.
So I don't know if Cam is asking if the metal will win at Winter Blast or if the metal thinks I'll win at Winter Blast. I don't know which.
I think he's asking metal. Do you think Captain can win at Winter Blast? I think that's what he's asking.
Okay.
Well, I don't know. I've never seen Cam pull. I don't know what he feels like, so I can't really say that. But I'm rooting for Captain. I'm a fan of Captain Pretentious, so I'm rooting for him.
Thank you. Same. We have an alliance because you're also going against a Kraken Arms guy.
Yeah, man. This damn Krakens.
He wants to know what we think about the metal.
I'm a fan of Captain as well. It's not just because we have this show together. I would have picked him before generally to beat Cam, and actually before I would have been like fuck Cam, but Cam actually is a good guy when the dust settled. But
he's from Kraken, so that cancels it out.
Yeah, I know, and it's honestly
he would be a good guy.
Yeah, but it's honestly as far as personality wise goes, when it comes to these things, it's always I'm gonna be a fan of who I would rather hang out with or talk to more on the regular. I think.
Yeah, my opponent Robbie, he's a really cool guy. He's a nice dude. We've been chatting it up, but he's from Team Kraken, so.
But they got some all right guys out there. They got fucking. Oh wait a minute, no Kraken. Kraken is
man.
Group now. Yeah, fuck Kraken.
Man.
Yeah. I mean, Ivan's the best one in the group. I think that's what I've heard. I don't know.
I totally forgot about them switching the fucking names. What are their fucking what are their fucking what is their name now?
Cam is still going with Kraken.
Oh, he's
still Kraken. I haven't heard any changes. Kraken wrist or something.
I thought I'm
clever.
You realize this is
clever. It is clever.
This is the most we have ever seen the metal because it's the first time I've ever seen him without his Obi-Wan Kenobi, hooded robe.
That's right.
He's got bigger vibes, Joe. Be mysterious and shit, and someone always is that a character or is that him? He made it real. Because I see a lot of these metal, what's his name, Gunner with his long blonde hair and shit. He's not a real metal motherfucker. It's all right, bro. Get out of here with that Salt Life fucking shit coming over here. But fucking authentic.
Hey, the metal.
That hood that I wear, that's my version of Devin's green hoodie. I wear that all the time. When no one's looking, I wear that thing all the time. That's just like I said. What the metal you see is the real metal.
So was your your parents playing like 80s heavy metal when you were in the womb and came out
No, I was family. I had to go through that phase of the family being horrified of my music. Yeah, nobody likes my music.
Are you worshiping Lucifer?
What's that?
They were the parents that were that's devil music. Are you in the Church of Satan? I got you.
Yeah, I grew up in a very religious household. They were scared of that music.
Oh,
They didn't like the screaming, and they thought a lot of it was evil. So
that makes you even more authentic, dude. Yeah, because you're a complete you're a complete black sheep, lone wolf. Like you completely went the other way early on. So yeah, that is your true nature. That explains everything I need to know right there.
And to think that within my lifetime, people were worried about they wouldn't let Elvis be seen below the waist when he was first on
Oh, that's
TV.
right. Because his hips were always.
Because he was waggling his pecker at everyone.
Hey,
That's
I mean,
right.
I have this conversation all the time attached to the simulation. Sodom and Gomorrah, Rome, just the two different empires that fell that are very famous. Dude, once the empire falls, oh, you were looking at that lady's ankles that were happened to be exposed, 99 lashings. Everything is real strict for some reason. There was a flood, there was a disaster. It's like, you know, if you've ever been in jail and then you get out, you're like, whoa, like I appreciate my freedom. Like shit can get scary. Like you know what I mean? And then it slowly, then it gets to Elvis and they're like, what's he doing up there? And then now look where we're at. So I mean, yeah, like if it's been told,
Ride the wave.
The
Ride
Great
the wave,
Flood.
Nanya.
The Great Flood and the Great Fire or whatever is coming, fellas. Like,
Well,
Ride the wave, Nanya, while you can.
huh?
Well, as
Ride the wave while you can. That's what we're all doing.
As Cam has mentioned in the chat, they are cracking. Ivan Marrero generally has been going over. I was out of practice. He's been going over to where were they? Mayopac, New York, which is over towards where they're holding the tournament up there, basically east of the river. So crack is Cam's group in Kingston.
Hey, Metal.
Yes, sir.
Who's your favorite of the big four?
It would be between Metallica and Slayer.
Okay.
I don't know. It's like I like more songs by Metallica, but the songs that I like by Slayer, I like them more than the Metallica songs. So.
Okay. Cool.
What about you?
I'm an Anthrax. I like Anthrax. You know.
They put on the second best show album. I've seen all four of them live, and Anthrax is second best live shows.
Is Megadeth the worst?
Sadly, yeah.
Bobby.
I think I got gypped because their sound guy really messed it up. But I think they do a lot better if I give them another chance.
Bobby Buttermilk, go ahead.
I went to one metal show, and it was the best one. Oh, I only needed to go to one. I seen Pantera when Dimebag was still alive in Roanoke, Virginia.
Oh, I agree with that 1,000%. I do.
Like, after that, I was like, I'm good. I wouldn't disgrace it by going to another one.
I saw Pantera play in an Ozfest, and like their first song, some people were starting to throw some shit. By the fourth song, the whole place looked like an ocean of sod. It was beautiful.
Hey, Metal, can I get your opinion on this? Because, I mean, I'm not no expert, but I did grow up in the 80s and 90s with tape cassettes from my uncles and aunts. I had everything from Whitesnake to fucking, like, you know, Kiss to fucking Metallica. I had all the shit. Yo,
Hello?
Little floppy over there, Captain Foreskin.
Hello?
It's fucking Yakimovich.
Yak.
Just on my way home from practice.
Everybody kick your butt?
No, I fucking kicked ass like I always do. I held everyone's center. Everyone was fucking weak, and I was the strongest there by far.
And if we believe that,
how's that helping you at all? Other than just
kidding.
showing off.
I'm kidding. It was a great practice. Okay. It worked out. It worked out great. It was about 2 hours. It went well. Not too much pain.
I was thinking of telling Eric what he was on, that I was going to come visit you rather than visit him this summer, but I didn't want to break his heart.
Hey, Metal, before I forget real quick, the question I was going to ask you. All right. So my opinion, I think Pantera hits the sweet spot. Like, I don't like the death metal shit. It's like, bro, chill with your demon growls and shit. I think, like, in between, like, rock and, like Pantera hit the sweet spot. Like, they were, like, Metallica kind of too, but Metallica didn't have as much grace and range as Pantera, I think. I think Pantera is the op classic metal band, in my opinion. What do you think about that?
Definitely one of them. I mean, it's hard to really narrow down metal as an entirety to one subgenre. I definitely included Pantera as the leader in their sound, and I would definitely put them as one of the greatest metal bands of all time.
Yeah, the reason I'm saying I'm only judging it not on any kind of fandom or their lyrics or any kind of instrument skills. I'm saying the sound and how it makes me feel. And if I I listen to it, I think like that's just like the perfect sound. They had like the perfect range. Like they weren't too soft. They weren't too fucking. That's my opinion.
Pantera
They
sucks
are.
like
Yeah,
That's
right.
a spot on Pantera vocal right there.
Bro, if you never took a girl's virginity to this love, bro, you fucked up. You fucked up.
To me, Pantera is what testosterone sounds like. That's how I describe them. Are you talking to me? You're talking to me?
I mean that was
way, punk.
He would come on, but metal. Hold on, I have to catch you there though. I think that's he's being like that's satire. He's kind of like because he has the range, but what's he doing? He's emulating like rah, rah, rah. Someone you want to come fuck with me? A lot of artists that you gotta understand they're not describing themselves like the shows like it's all different versions of humanity and etc. and how they can be and express that in that form. So I would look at that like a comedian being self-deprecating and kind of laughing at himself, but could be wrong. That's the way I read it because he would do it in a way that was satirical and like anyway.
That's I think he could actually mess somebody up though. I think he could back a lot of what he's thinking about.
What do you think of Dillinger Escape Plan metal?
I can't get into him. It just sounds like a bunch of chaos to me. I've never been much for math metal.
Gotcha.
Metal for mathematicians. Big brain metal.
How about yourself? Do you like them?
I do like Dillinger. Yeah, I like Dillinger and Converge and like Botch stuff like that.
Are they actually doing the I understand what they mean by mathematical music. That's wild, man. That's crazy.
For the record, I have not understood what any of the fuck are you talking about for the last 12 minutes.
So in music, so there was this. I did study a little bit of music. There was in Germany, this dude went against the whole grain of the system and what music is, and he introduced math and stuff into it. And then like the 20s or 30s, I don't remember. And ever since then, it's been a thing to go against the grain of what music was for like thousands of years.
When he said the big four, I thought, what's he talking about? Devin Larratt, Levon,
well, I didn't know either, Dave, but I caught on to the context.
Broderson, right? You know when music started changing mainstream like that? Right when they realized what a big industry it could be. That's when it started changing and went from people banging on bongos and it went from like, oh, this can be an industry we can exploit and make money off of, and beyond that, control and manipulation.
Yeah, but this dude who did this was going against the system, and he pissed a lot of people off. He was Schoenberg, a German.
Alex Jones and Joe Rogan and other people supposedly go against the system, but they do very well for themselves. Even Alex Jones being canceled, they don't have a bunch of shit like they raped some 14-year-old. They don't have their whole careers. They're not getting Danny Matheson was born into the Church of Scientology. Powerful as fuck. Tom Cruise wasn't born into that motherfucker, and they even got that motherfucker. But yo, peep the people that don't have things happen and they don't get involved in that shit, and it tells you everything. They don't get dirty. They don't get caught on camera. They're not doing no dirt, and if they are, they're not doing it where anyone's getting information on them.
We have questions from Captain Obvious here, percentages.
Oh yeah. Here we go. For the metal, is Iron Maiden considered heavy metal?
Yes. A lot of people just call them melodic metal, but they are so old. They come from a time there weren't really many subgenres, so they're typically grouped in with heavy metal.
Well, metal comes from classical music, like that European shit. It didn't come from rock. Well, rock came from blues and shit. We all know like people like Elvis and the Devil. Like goddamn went down there just like the Jews went over there at Eazy-E and shit, always coming down and scooping up people, tribal people's fucking shit, and like we are just talking about. But yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of close relation to classical music, and I also love classical music, so I love them both.
Yep.
But it's time for me to go, guys.
Later, bro.
It was a pleasure having you, Metal.
Talk to you later. Pleasure talking to you guys.
Peace out, Metal.
You know how fucked society is sometimes at work, right? There'll be that one person. Yeah, I mix it up. I mix the playlists up and I make different work playlists, and I specifically add things for everybody there and things that aren't going to offend the white fucking honkies that are like this and that. And I try to make them good. And there'll be that one guy that just has a problem with everything I'm fucking playing. So I'll be like, all right, fine, fuck it. And I'll put some Bach on. And you know what? 9 times out of 10, they're like, what the fuck are you doing? That's even worse. Even that doesn't work. Can't even put on Bach. Fucking assholes at the job site.
I work with a Hispanic man who's in his 50s who listens to like only the Carpenters all day. It's rough. Very rough. Sometimes
sorry,
he'll spice up with ABBA.
Sorry, country fella, you want to listen to your country music and your rock music. They're so ingrained to whatever it is. They're bitching about fucking Bach. That's fucking wild.
It was always just background at work. I just tune it out. Not tune it out, but you know what I mean. It's just.
But they painted chapels and shit to this shit. That's my point. We were literally painting. We were painting, and I was like, I got it. What is better music to paint to than fucking classical music and some Bach, right? Right?
Yeah.
We're not using tape. We want to get in the flow.
Toby Keith. That's who you paint to, Toby Keith.
R.I.P.
Toby Keith. Fuck that son of a bitch.
You see, he died. He died today.
No. Damn.
Oh, I guess you don't paint to him anymore.
Are you being sarcastic, or does that really happen?
He really died. Yeah.
How'd he die? Isn't he kind of?
He had stomach cancer.
40. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yo, whenever shit like that happens, there'll be a part of me like, fuck, I'm getting older. Can I just get some random cancer? And you know what? I have a theory. A lot of people that genuinely drink alcohol or experiment with substances once in a while, not too much, but they usually live longer than the people eating the fucking processed foods and taking
Toby Keith drank whiskey and beer for his horses.
You need to drink for 3 days. You need to go to a festival and do a bunch of fucking ketamine, cocaine, and fucking Molly, and burn all the fucking chemicals that they put in the fucking food, the air, and the water. The fuck out of you.
You're maybe right up. That drinking will kill you. That's no joke.
I said sparingly, bro. I'll go months without drinking.
No, I got you.
I don't like alcohol. I tell you, alcohol is the worst subpar drug out of all of them. Honestly, it really is stupid. It's a depressant. It makes you make dumb decisions, and it literally makes you a target. Oh, this is the thing. We're supposed to drive to different people, locations and bars and clubs. It's kind of like the simulation set this up to be legal. They did the prohibition. They're like, no. We're gonna lose so much money. And like, are you crazy?
It's good population. Alcohol is good population control.
Dude, they want you to do shit that's gonna make you be like, oh, what's alcohol also do? I'm not really happy with where I'm at. This and that. I'll go out on the weekends. I'm not happy with my job. I didn't really make enough money. Well, I'll make ends meet, and I'll go out and I'll get fucking plastered, and then I'll be like, fuck it, and go back to work. It's the perfect drug to keep people in the system and worker bees.
Well, it is true that one of the main reasons national prohibition ended was they needed the tax revenue during the Depression.
Alcohol, tobacco, and firearms. That's like a tenth of the whole federal. There's huge money in that.
Hey,
I read that somebody said that alcohol, tobacco, and firearms, that should be a convenience store.
We're not that much different than Native American Indians, and look what it did to them. And then go drive down to the Deep South and go drive around and see how many 30-pack of Bush motherfuckers there are, dude. And that's just what it equates to. Like, these people just don't drink. Like,
it killed the whole people off the earth, essentially. That's amazing.
Yeah. Think of all the bad, dude. I'm telling you, like, when I take other drugs, I'm thinking of like all the bad decisions I could make, and like how am I going to be safe and responsible? Like right on alcohol, I'm like, not taking me alive, coppers. I'll literally check myself. I'll be like,
well, there's
you shouldn't be speeding.
alcohol.
Why are you acting like an asshole? Slow down. And then I'll slow down for a little bit. And then the other part of me just be like, and then I'll catch myself again. And I'll be like, damn, this is a terrible drug.
Disinhibitor. Yeah, that's what it is. But PCP is like that too, I think. I never took it, but
Dissociative. But it's crazy how like a few molecules change shit, because they're very close, PCP and ketamine, but their highs and effects are totally different. You know, PCP I would describe as like literally could be chill if you took just a little puff and that was it, but nobody does that because it takes a while to hit. But it could be a fucking nightmare, like, and it takes you to like a negative space, and a weird one that like honestly I haven't experienced. I guess maybe it's kind of like it takes you sometimes, like I've been on like a couch and the couch is like moving, and like other drugs don't make a fucking couch start shape shifting and shit. And I don't know, bro. It's like it's just not a comfortable feeling. Whereas ketamine, I don't experience none of that, and I'm just like, wow, I am my like best version of myself in a great dream, like without trying right now. Like I like, you know what I mean? Like I don't know.
You're right about one thing. If you wanted to introduce a chemical to make a population weak, it'd be alcohol. And you're not the first one to think that.
Look what they done to the food, Broderson. I don't know if you actually like. I mean, dude, everybody knows about the McDonald's burgers that have been saved for 20 years and counting. But dude, just if you look at what's on the food shelves for most people compared to back in the day,
a lot of junk,
fucking dude, it's
junk.
literally poison. It's fucking poison. And I go on these diets where I clean everything out and I stop eating all that shit. And I'm telling you, dude, that shit sludges you down. Like it's totally different. Like it really is bad. And the farther you get, it's like kind of like when you first stop eating fast food and then you go to eat it and you're like, I feel like shit and I want to fucking sleep. That's a terrible idea. Well, the further you get away from fake food and fake shit, you really realize, wow, like just eating as clean as possible is the best thing to avoid cancers. And look what you said, the guy that got gut cancer, he probably ate fucking glizzies and fucking burgers and fucking sugar and a bunch of shit and never fucking stopped, you know?
Yeah. Probably Hebrew Nationals too.
Yeah, didn't get his. Dude, how the fuck are hot dogs kosher? Dude, they're like, they want to go through all this shit and we got to bless this food. You're blessing literally scrap garbage. Conspiracy with the bloods.
Ground up fat and not that there's anything wrong with fat in moderation, but ground up fat.
I mean, the fat, I'm talking about the bones, the gelatins, the hairs, the nooks and crannies and crevices and hairs.
Well, I think they probably get the hairs off first.
No, dude, I'll send you the video. This dude.
I don't want to see it.
this dude took a fishing knife and cut real thin slivers of it. And at first he cut a sliver and just showed the bare camera and zoomed in and you could see the hairs and other like weird speckles of things. Then he takes the slice. You want to never eat a glizzy again? I'm sending it to you. He puts under a high-powered microscope. And if you ever see a cartoon where they show the bacteria in something and they're like dancing and moving around, bruh, and that one little sliver, everything in it is a fucking bacteria dancing. Like they're at a fucking festival.
There's a quote attributed to German Chancellor Otto von Bismarck that those who like laws or sausages should not watch either being made.
Yeah.
Very good, Dave.
He probably didn't say it, but it's a good quote anyway.
Well, it's clever. I know. Yeah, I wouldn't eat any meat if I had to. I'm one of those. Yeah.
Wait, you're vegetarian or vegan?
No, but I'm saying if I had to go and I'm lazy, so if I had to go and kill it, I'd probably wouldn't bother.
It's not
like you say.
It's not the killing it is the problem, bro. It's like it's a lot of work, and the smaller it is, it's like
well, that's what I just said. I mean, we live in an age of luxury where we hunt at the grocery store. Our ancestors hunted, had to skin and debone and do all that work, and it was work. So you're right about that.
No, my first deer I took when I first moved up to PA, I was waiting for it. All I had was a Ruger 1022, but I did my research and I was like, all right, aim for the ear, and like rapid fire. So I got one out my window, only needed one shot, dropped like a sack of potatoes, didn't move. So I was souped about that. I was like, expert marksman.
That was the easy part.
I'm an expert.
Then you had to actually
marksman, and then it was the middle of winter, so my girl, she didn't want no part of it, so I had to string this fucking thing up, and I didn't do I did my research on how to shoot it, etc., but I didn't do none of the other shit. So now I'm in the garage. I got all my random knives and shit, and I'm like, what I got to do this with, and I got the YouTube videos going, and I'm taking the intestines and sack out. That's the hardest part for me, because that's I don't deal well with smells like that. But then it's like, dude, if you don't got the right equipment, like I got like random K-bars and shit, this and that, I'm over here like making the craziest of chops. But yeah, it was a whole process, but I'm actually glad I did it though, dude, because it was like, there was a side of me, I wanted to do it, not because I needed the deer meat, or not because I was like, I want to kill a deer and be a country boy, etc. I wanted to do it, so if I ever had to do it, I'm already accustomed with it. I feel like
Well, you opened what your ancestors did and had to do to survive.
It's like I explain this to people: pick up a knife, and have anybody that say someone never picked up a knife before, have them pick up a knife, and then have them pick up a gun, and then tell them to act with it, and you'll see right there. And the reason I say knife, a stick, a bone, it's primordial. You grab that thing, you know what to do. Like a fucking baby elephant when it comes out, you got that ingrained to you. A gun is alien tech. It hasn't been around since your dawn of time.
Yep. We are tool makers. That is one thing that we as humans are. We make tools.
Yeah, realize that's the message out there to folks is you are very capable in your primordial instincts. Things that are hard to achieve are things like, again, being a great with a fucking gun. To be able, you have to go through all this training to do that. And even then, it's like you have to stay up with your training to be on point, or you're doing it.
I agree with you. We have a good
there.
Yeah, if you stick us out in the woods, we know how to survive, and just with sticks and stones and primordial instinct.
People need to get in touch with that more now. All this fucking technology, all this fucking shit, dude. The phones are a killer, man. They say fear, like, dude, the phones are crippling us the most. Even me, I fucking hate it. I'm like, all the fucking time. I'm just.
Oh shit.
It's all right. Well, I guess it's that time anyway.
Yeah. All right, gentlemen. Have a good night.
Thank you, Captain.
Yeah. Thanks for coming on.
You're welcome.
All right.